Hello everyone, welcome back to Dr. JP classes. I hope you all are fine. Friends, previously we had discussed about meaning, definition, then objectives, characteristics, need and importance and scope of curriculum. You can watch this video. I shall provide the link of this video in the description box. If you are new to this channel, please like, share, subscribe and press the bell icon to get notification when new videos are uploaded. Friends, today's class is on types of curriculum. There are different types of curriculum, but we all are going to discuss about only subject-centered curriculum. In this video, we will learn introduction, objectives of subject-centered curriculum, then common features, characteristics, organization of subject-centered curriculum, types of subject-centered curriculum, some advantages and disadvantages of subject-centered curriculum, then role of teacher in the subject-centered curriculum, then conclusion. This video covers all the aspects of subject-centered curriculum. So friends, watch it till the end. Then moving towards introduction. The subject-centered curriculum is based on subject. All knowledge is transferred to student through the subject. In the subject-centered curriculum, the knowledge is transferred to the student only through the subjects because this type of curriculum gives importance to the subject. Subject-centered curriculum assign the greatest importance to the subject matter rather than to the student. In the subject-centered curriculum, importance is given to the subject matter, not to the students. It is also called content-centered curriculum. This curriculum gives maximum importance to the content and teaching idea. The curriculum is designed as per the subject being taught. Each topic in the subject is taught as per the examples. Courses like math, biology, etc. The subjects are taught through the examples. The student learn the subject through the examples. These courses are maths, biology and other many subjects are also there. Subject matter is the most used and accepted curriculum design. It is also the oldest curriculum design. The subject-centered curriculum is the oldest curriculum design. It is a rigid curriculum based on the specific courses regardless of student abilities and interests. It is not dynamic, it is static in nature. That means not subject to change. Then these are the following objectives of subject-centered curriculum. To transfer cultural heritage, to represent knowledge, to impart information. The subject-centered curriculum give importance to the knowledge should be transferred through the subject. The beliefs, rituals, social customs, traditions that transfer to the next generation only through the subject. To represent knowledge, it provides knowledge or represent knowledge about the world through the subject. To impart information, the information pass on or transmit to the next generation only through the subject. Then subject-centered curriculum focuses on social philosophy. That means subject-centered curriculum give importance to social behavior and interpretation of the society. Metaphysics idea is real. Subject-centered curriculum give importance to the reality. Idea or subject content should be given emphasis in developing curriculum. The subject-centered curriculum give importance to the content of the subject. It gives emphasis on the presentation of content in classroom teaching. This type of curriculum does not take into account individual difference, not psychological in nature. Subject-centered curriculum is not psychological in nature because it does not give importance to the individual difference and also does not give importance to the needs, emotions and behavior of the individual. This does not agree with developing democratic values of freedom and equality. The subject-centered curriculum does not give importance to the democratic value, that is freedom and equality. This is examination oriented, simple to follow and comfortable for teacher. The subject-centered curriculum is examination oriented and it is simple to follow. This type of curriculum is also provide comfortable for the teachers. It can be easily revised and modified and follow age-old traditional method. The subject-centered curriculum is age-old traditional method and it is easily revised and modified. Then common features of subject-centered curriculum. Classification and organization of all contents into subjects or subjects like grouping. In the subject-centered curriculum, the content of the subject are grouping and classified and organized in logical order. Subjects are clearly defined and distinguished. A hierarchy of subjects is commonly found according to their perceived value, that means realize the value of the subject. Methodology applied and practice is largely teacher-centered. In the subject-centered curriculum, the methodology applied and practice, that is teacher-centered. This type of curriculum is unpsychological, so it does not consider the student's need, interest and ability. The subject-centered curriculum does not give importance to the student's needs, interest and ability. It is basically unpsychological. Then characteristics of subject-centered curriculum. The primary focus is on the subject matter. The subject-centered curriculum focuses on the subject matter. It is very rigid and uniform. The emphasis is on bits and pieces on information which are detached from the life. The information that is separated or disconnected from the life. Learning outside the school is not emphasized. Learning should only take place inside the classroom. In subject-centered curriculum, the students doesn't think outside the box. Only learning takes place inside the classroom. The subject matter serves as a means of identifying the problems in living. It only gives importance to the identifying the problem where they are living, not provide any solution of this problem. Then organization of subject-centered curriculum. Subject-centered curriculum organized in logical manner. In terms of subject, it involves round subject. It stresses the teaching of facts, imparting of information. It selects and organizes the subject matter cooperatively. It is normally isolated from life. Then subject-centered curriculum consider the following. Subject to be taught, that is content. Definition of important generalization and understanding to teach. Topic areas within the subject to be covered. Identification of accompanying intellectual discipline. And it also based on some learning objectives, that is determination of objectives. Then subject-centered curriculum design. The subject-centered curriculum design according to the knowledge and subject focus, that is planning, teacher focus, that is instruction, and traditional and used to support standard, that is assessment. Then types of subject-centered design. These are the following types of subject-centered design. Subject design, discipline design, broad field design, correlation design, then process design. Subject design. Subject design assumes that subjects are best outlined in textbooks, focuses on the content of that curriculum, oldest and most popular, designed for teachers, parents and laymen. Subjects that are comprised this curriculum design include language, that is reading, writing, grammar and literature, then mathematics, science, history and foreign language. The subject-centered curriculum give importance to the different subjects. The subjects like science, math, history, language and many more subjects are included in the subject design. It is easy to deliver. Critics say that design stresses content and neglects students' need, interest and experiences. In subject-centered curriculum, the critic says that the subject-centered curriculum only give importance to the content, the subject matter, not give importance to the students' needs, interest and experience. Then discipline design. This type of design focuses on academic discipline. It basically design that is focuses on different subjects learned through a method which the scholars use to study a specific content in their fields, often used in colleges. attempt to integrate content that appears to fit together logically. In the discipline design, the contents are integrated and also designed in logical manner. Allow the student to find out relationships among the various aspects of curriculum content as well as wholeness of meaning. Here in the discipline design, give importance to the various aspects of the curriculum. It allows the student to find out the relationship and choose the subject according to their discipline, and also they know the wholeness of the meaning of the different subjects. Then broad field design. This type of design prevents the compartmentalization of subjects and integrate the content that are related to each other. This type of design doesn't give importance to the division of something into section or category and give importance to integrate the content that are related to each other. The broad field design, sometimes also called holistic curriculum, it gives importance to develop all the aspects of learner's personality, that is physical, emotional, psychological, moral and spiritual growth. This type of design gives importance to the integration of all the subjects. Its main aim is make a curriculum more effective and comprehensive learning. Then correlation design. Subjects are related to one another but each maintain its identity. In the correlation design, the subjects are related to each other but they maintain their identity as a separate subject. Allows for some linkage of separate subject in order to reduce fragmentation of the curricular content. There are different subjects but the content are linkage between them in order to reduce the fragmentation. Then process design. This type of design gives attention to the procedure and processes by which individuals advance knowledge either in specific discipline or in general. This type of design gives importance to the development of the knowledge of the student in particular subject or particular discipline. Emphasizes those procedures that enable the student to analyze the realities and create framework by which the knowledge derived can be arranged. In this type of design, the knowledge that gets from the different subjects, they use that knowledge to solve different problems and they use for the development of the society. Then advantages of subject-centered curriculum. These are the following advantages of subject-centered curriculum. Students like it, they use it and fits their idea of what school should be. This type of curriculum, the students like it and they use it according to their needs. What students learn, they learn well. In the subject-centered curriculum, what students learn, they learn or they understand the subject well. This approach is efficient in a field in which resources for staff development are spent, where the staff are not sufficient or inadequate. This type of curriculum overcome the problem. Then disadvantages of subject-centered curriculum. Teachers would not be able to innovate their teaching style to help students learn in a creative way. This type of curriculum does not help the student to develop their creative power. It also doesn't help the teacher to develop their innovative capacity or innovative idea. It also doesn't create any environment that students show their potentiality or they show their creative power. Students simply memorize what they need to know in order to pass a test. In order to pass a test or in order to pass the examination, the students simply memorize the content, they memorize it and pass the examination. Teachers are teaching the student to think inside the box in order to pass the examination. In this type of curriculum, the student only think inside the box or what is taught in the classroom, not they think about the outside of the environment or outside of the curriculum. Main intention of this type of curriculum is that students pass the examination. Simply they memorize it whether they understand the content or not. Ignores the interest of the students. This type of curriculum ignores the interest of the student because it doesn't give importance to the students' interest, need, students' emotions. So it doesn't provide any interest to the students. No process of insight of thinking. It doesn't develop the thinking power of the student because only they memorize it. They doesn't understand the content and they doesn't generalize or analyze the content. There is no scope of development of the thinking power of the student. Neglects social problems and demands. This type of curriculum neglects the social problems that arises in the day-to-day life. Passive learning. This type of curriculum does not active the student. They simply listen the topic, memorize it, and that makes them passive learner. More stress is given to content. This type of curriculum gives importance to the content. Memorization is mostly encouraged. In this type of curriculum, the student simply memorize the content. In this type of curriculum, memorization is encouraged. Criticized because they do not make provision for differential needs and interest of the learner. This type of curriculum also criticized because it doesn't give importance to the individual difference and doesn't give importance to the ability, interest, emotions of the learner. Then what is the role of the teacher in subject-centered curriculum? In this type of curriculum, the teacher follows the textbook and curriculum guide, uses direct instruction, tests measures learning, encourage convergent thinking. In this type of curriculum, there is no development of the innovative idea of the teachers, only give importance to the classroom teaching. They only follow the traditional methodology. Emphasize to complete subject matter. They only give importance to how to complete the subject matter and give importance to the number of lectures, number of topics and the number of hours are assigned. They only focuses on how many lectures are given to complete the particular subject and how many topics they cover in one academic session and how many hours are assigned to complete the topic. The innovative power of the student and the teacher doesn't develop. Then moving towards conclusion. It is the curriculum that majorly focuses on the individual subjects and consider it as a basis of imparting knowledge. This type of curriculum impart knowledge through the different subjects and all the content of the subject classified and organized in logical order or grouping manner. But it doesn't give importance to the emotional and behavioral characteristics of an individual. That's all for today's video. In next video, we all are discuss about another type of curriculum, that is learner-centered curriculum. Okay everybody, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Have a nice day.